welcome to episode 91 of the Graceful Tangle podcast. I'm Amy Kate. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am super pumped to be back with you guys this week for another podcast episode. I mention it almost every week, but I really look forward to this time of the week to talk about all of my projects and FOs and works in progress and everything in between with you guys. It's just a lot of fun to create this video weekly. Anyway, I have lots of things to talk about this week, but first, today is Sunday, I had to look at the date, I think it's the 6th, is that what that says? Yeah, it's the 6th, wow, I was thinking it was the 5th, so I would have been wrong there, but it's a Sunday. It is a beautiful day here in Alabama, chilly, but beautiful. It has been a pretty cold end of the week, I would say. It's been very cold. Earlier this week it was really nice though. Weather is all over the place per usual. I know that it is snowing in many parts of the nation right now and over the last couple of days, which is pretty exciting for me. It might be annoying for other people at this point, but I think it's absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I do have lots of things to talk about, although I do want to remind you to go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Be sure to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Be sure to check out the links in the description box, if I can talk correctly, as well, because there's going to be links to the show notes for this episode, some specific things that I'm talking about today, and then, of course, my social media platforms and Make-A-Long information that's going to be there all year, and pattern shops. Yeah, it's a really good place to check out if you haven't already. Anyways, lots to share. Let's go ahead and hop into it. I have a finished object today and quite a few works in progress. I am working on a slightly overwhelming amount of things right now, but they're all very, very exciting. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it. Alrighty, so first up I have my finished object and I am so excited about this one. I finished my cardigan that I have been working on for the past couple of weeks. Here is what it looks like. So this is one of my own patterns. This is the Efficient cardigan. It's a super simple beginner-friendly pattern. It features just the double crochet stitch with single crochet on a couple places, but I designed it with a beginner in mind, so I hope that you will be able to follow along easily. If not, I am here to answer any and all questions, of course. But yeah, so here is the finished cardigan. I can put it on and show you guys real quick. I love it. It is so cozy and warm. I actually had it on earlier, even though it doesn't really go with this shirt. We can pretend it does. Anyway, because it is just the perfect thing to throw on when it's a little bit chilly. It's like really oversized, so it fits over, you know, just about anything, which is really nice. Even like a sweatshirt, it'll fit over, which is just really fun. But yeah, I used Hobie Amigo Chunky, I believe, for this cardigan in 3 different colors. I do not remember all of the numbers. I apologize. This line is numbered. Each color has its own number rather than name printed on the label, and it is just so much harder for me to remember that for whatever reason. And I don't have it over here. So anyway, I apologize, but I used like a really bright kind of magenta, hot pink, and then this off-white cream color, and then this really pretty blue that I decided to do for the sleeves to make it super fun and kind of different. Yeah, I love it. I think it turned out so cute. I can stand up a little bit to show you the length. I really, really like it. I think it's super cute. I love the way that it turned out, and like I said, it's just so cozy. I'm actually hoping to get some more of this yarn at some point, and make another one that is like one solid color. So I'm thinking like a gray or something like that. I would like to have this pattern available on the Hobie website, but I want to write it in a solid color, because it is just so much easier to do that, especially, like I said, if you're trying to do it for beginners in mind. It's just really, it's easier, like, as a beginner to just focus on one color and then add stripes in when they're more confident, versus having, like, you know, accurate yardages for all of these different colors, and then switch, and, you know, their colors aren't going to be the same as mine, so then you'll have to substitute. Like, it's just something that you got to think about. So anyways, I love this version. I'm hoping to make another one in a solid color soon so that I can write that up for their website. That'd be super awesome. But anyway, I love it. I love how it turned out. Definitely grab this pattern if you haven't already and you are itching for a cozy, quick crochet cardigan. It's so fun. I really enjoyed this pattern. I enjoyed designing it, of course, but then also just making some after it's been released is really fun, and kind of changing it up a little bit, just with different colors and stripes and things like that. It's been a lot of fun. Anyway, that is actually it for finished objects this week. I only have this one. I do have a couple of half objects and then also some designs that I have recently finished that I'm going to be showing. A couple of things that I do want to mention up in the finished objects section is 2 new patterns that I've released. So the Valentine dishcloth is now available. I released that one over the weekend last week, and then Monday of this week I released the comfort pullover. So definitely check out those 2 patterns if you haven't already. I'm so glad they are both finally out. I have lots of designs planned for the upcoming weeks, and I am pumped to be able to share them all with you guys. So anyways, that's it for FOs. I do have way too many works in progress to talk about this week. So yeah, let's just go ahead and chat about those. Alrighty, I took the cardigan off again, even though it is so cozy. It's hard to do so, but this shirt is really cozy too. I really like it. Okay, so works in progress. First up, I am working on multiple beanies actually, but currently 2 that are patterns that have already been released of mine. So I am making 2 little beanies for the girls that I babysit. I watch a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old multiple times throughout the week. It is such a job that is such a blessing, and I am so grateful for it. And one of them has been begging for a beanie for weeks now, and so I am going to make them both one, and I think it's going to be so fun and so cute, and I am really excited about it. I wish I had thought about it, I wish I had thought about to do it earlier in the year, because now it's February, and once it gets into March, it gets to be pretty warm pretty quickly here in Alabama, but hopefully they will be able to still get some use out of them. Regardless, they should fit for a while, so that's a good thing, obviously. So I am making 2 beanies, like I mentioned. You're not going to be able to really tell what they are because I have just completed the ribbing on both of them. I'm kind of working on them at the same time so that they can get done at about the same time. That's definitely the goal. So the first one, for both of them, I'm using my pattern called the Thankful Beanie. It's a pattern that I released on Thanksgiving Day of 2021. It's a really simple beanie pattern. It has some cables in it. Yeah, I really love it. I hope that you guys have enjoyed that pattern as well. But this is going to be 2 more of them. So I'm using Knit Picks Muse for both of them. This super fun pink is the colorway Fearless. Yeah, I think it's so fun, and she loves pink. It is by far her favorite color, so I think this is going to be so perfect for her. And like I said, I have literally just done the ribbing, so I'm hoping that I have these to share as an FO next week. They're probably going to be done before then, so I will most likely just insert some pictures in the next episode of these finished rather than talking about them, because I want to give them to them as soon as possible. But anyways, I love it so far. It's been so fun to work on already. And yeah, so that's the first one, Fearless Hand Painted in Muse. This is actually on sale right now because it's a pink yarn. And all of the pink yarns on Knit Picks, pink, red, I think some white maybe, are on sale on Knit Picks for up to 40% off. So I'll put a link down there in the description box if you want to check it out. I love this colorway. It's actually my first time using it, I think. And it's really fun. I have a few skeins of it, so I think I'm going to make some fun slouchy socks or something. It's something that I've been planning on for a while, so maybe I'll finally get around to that after this project. But yes, so that is the first beanie. And then the second is for the 2-year-old. And this is what it looks like so far. Oh my goodness, how cute is this? So this is again Knit Picks Muse. The colorway is Optimistic, I think. Yeah, it is just so stinking cute. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to see her in this. I am actually using Lantern Moon needles for this. I have an unboxing and review for these needles on my channel, so I'll link the video down in the description box. I will also link the needles themselves if you would like to check them out. They are so nice. I am just absolutely loving using them. Like, they're absolutely amazing. So anyway, I'm having a lot of fun with both of these projects. They are flying off the needles already. I literally did, we got home from church at like 11, and then lunch was like an hour and a half or so after that. And in between that time, I did a whole bunch of things, but the ribbing on both of these beanies was one of them. So it's crazy how much you're getting done in a short amount of time. But anyway, so they are my first two works in progress. They will most likely be done before next week, so I will just be taking some pictures and then posting on Instagram or something so that you can see those as FOs. Okay, next up, I am working on another pair of socks. These are so fun. So last weekend, Julie of Twin Stitches Designs released a brand new pattern, the double-stranded Candy Mountain Socks, I believe it's called. So basically, it takes a pattern that she has already released and kind of built a little collection around at this point. And she uses 2 strands of penguin yarn held together in this pattern. So it is so fun, so quick. These are seriously so quick. It's like a worsted weight pair of socks. And they are so fun to work up. So I posted about the pattern just because I myself was looking forward to making it in the future in my stories, and then Julie actually offered to gift me the pattern, which was just so sweet and such a beautiful reminder that sometimes it really is, kind of the simplest things like that just truly make your entire week. So it was just so, I was so grateful to be able to have her do that. Like, it was so nice and generous of her. She also has a YouTube channel, so be sure to check it out if you haven't. But this is the first sock. So like I said, these are double-stranded, 2 strands of fingering. I am using Knit Pick Stroll. Knit Pick Stroll in the colorway Ash for the gray, main color background. And then I'm using Stroll Tweed in 3 colors for my contrast colors. So I'm changing up the pattern just a little bit, just to accommodate my personal preferences, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. I'm using 3 contrasting colors instead of, I think, 5 she might use in the pattern. And then I actually did some math and figured out that if I used only 3, I would be able to do all 3 for the leg, all 3 for the foot, and just repeat the whole sequence twice. And it'll fit me perfectly how I want it to. So that was super fun to figure out. Anyway, so I'm using Knit Pick Stroll. I don't remember all of the colorways. I think this one is North Pole Heather, or maybe Icicle Heather, or something like that. And then the purple I know is, well, I said I know, and now I don't know. Anyways, I will link this yarn down below if you want to check it out. I don't remember all of the names, but I love this palette together. I think it's super cute. And then I also did a German short row heel, which was really fun. I haven't done a ton of those, but that's something that I'm hoping to get better at. And then my hope is to be able to figure out a good heel recipe for German short row heels, and then maybe even a heel flapping gusset, and just post it as a free PDF or free instructions or something on my blog. It won't be paid for because it's not, you can find heel patterns in most sock patterns, but I just think it'd be really helpful to have those things aside. And then for me as a designer, it would be helpful to be able to link to those patterns in my current sock patterns, so that, if you don't want to do an afterthought heel, you could do something else, and I have instructions for that elsewhere. So all of that to say, I had a lot of fun doing the short row heel, and it was super duper easy and very quick. So I am looking forward to doing more. I have not started the second sock yet, but I will be very soon. I'm hoping to start it and finish it this week so that these will be an FO next week. That's my goal. I think I can do it. They're pretty quick. The color work, you just have to have a little patience, just in terms of color management, but it's really simple. And yeah, a lot of fun. So anyway, that is that work in progress. Okay, what else? I have 2 more to share. So, actually 3 more. One is over there. I'm going to have to reach over and grab it in a second. But, okay, so this is the project that I am working on with my knit I almost said Knitter's Pride. There was Knit Picks, Knitter's Pride, Knit Po. Like, there were so many companies that have knit in the name. I get them all confused. But this is my January knit crate. I am working on the project, or one of the projects that was included in it. So this is a crochet hooded cowl. Obviously, you cannot tell that right now, but that's what it's going to be. So right now, I am just working on the hood part. So it's a really long strip of fabric, and then you, I think, eventually, like, fold it in half and then add on a cowl. Obviously, I'm going to go into a lot more detail about this in the video coming out later this month. That'll show this project complete and some details about it, and then also unboxing February's crate. That's kind of my plan for that, but anyway, I love it. It's going so well. I'm really enjoying the yarn that came in this crate. I will link that video down below if you want to check it out. It was unboxing my first knit crate, which was so fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to working on this throughout this month, and then of course continuing this little journey all year long. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm not going to share too many details about this in the podcast. You'll definitely have to wait for the knit crate videos. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it is going great so far. So all good news there. Okay, I hopped off real quick so that I could grab my project, my other work in progress that I'm working on. So I have two more to share. I'm going to go ahead and share my sample crochet project that I'm working on for Caitlin of Originally Lovely Yarn. This is going so well, and it has grown like crazy this week. So I have lots of progress to share, which is very exciting. So this is the Changing Seasons sweater by Lucent Stitches, I think is how you pronounce it. Don't quote me because I might be mispronouncing it, but that's at least the name of the sweater. And I am loving this project. This is such a cool pattern. I am obsessed with it. I really want to make myself a sweater like this now. Obviously I won't be keeping this one. I'll be shipping it off to Caitlin after I finish it. But yeah, it is going so great, and I am loving every single stitch. So I actually have all 4 pieces started. So this sweater is worked in 4 pieces, the front, the back, and then both sleeves, and then it is seamed at the end. I am working on 4 at once because I was having a little bit of issue with yardage that I'm continuing to work out with Caitlin. So because of that, I wanted to do some like strategic math and make sure that I have enough of these specific colors. So anyway, basically I'm working on all 4 at once, which is totally fine. It's doable. So I have all of them started. I'm actually finished with 1 sleeve. So let's go ahead and share that because it'll be a good example. So these are really wide sleeves. And here's what one looks like. So this is Originally Lovely Yarn in Pura. It's absolutely amazing. I'm obsessed with this yarn. It is incredible. It is so soft, so squishy. The stitch definition is incredible. It's so fun to work with. Like, I can't say enough good things about it. It has been such a fun project to work on throughout the week. But yeah, so here is what it looks like. I have all 4 contrasting colors at the bottom for the stripes, and then you go into this solid section that I think looks really pretty too at the top. And then you basically do that same thing for all 4 panels. So I'm working, like I said a bunch of times now, I'm working on all of them. This is, what is this? I believe this is one of the front panels. Let's see if I can figure that out based on, yeah, okay. So this is either the front or the back panel. It doesn't matter yet because I haven't gotten to like the front shaping or anything. So I've just finished all of the color stripes on it. And then on the second front panel, or the second, whatever panel it is, there is a difference between the front and back, but I haven't gotten to the point where you actually do the shaping and make those differences, so it doesn't matter currently. Anyway, on the second one, I've gotten into the solid section already, and that's what that looks like. And then last but not least, I have started the second sleeve, and I have not finished all of the stripes on it. So I'm just on the 3rd one right now. Actually, there was like so many labels in this bin, so if you hear a bunch of rustling, that's what that is. I apologize. It's a little bit of a mess in there. But here's what that looks like. So anyways, I love this project. It is, like I said, so fun to work on. It's just awesome. Like, I haven't really made a project like this, and it's been so cool. It is not difficult by any means at all. Really simple stitches, and it's also really easy to tell like where you are in the pattern, which I really like. So it's not, you know, mindless in the sense of you have to pay attention and look at what you're doing because it's crochet and things like that, but it's mindless as once you get the hang of it, you can really just fly and like turn on a good show or a movie and just enjoy it and sit back and crochet, and it's a blast. It's awesome. So that is definitely what I did for the majority of yesterday. I spent like a large portion of my day Saturday working on just mini projects that I needed to get done as soon as possible, and it was a crazy week, so I didn't have a ton of time to do any making. I say that. I mean, I worked on this a ton. I don't know. I didn't feel like I had a lot of time, I guess. But there's that project. It's going great. I'm excited to finish it up and then send it off. It has been so fun. But yeah, it's been a really cool experience, and I'm loving that pattern, so I'm definitely hoping to make a sweater using it for myself in the future, for sure. Okay, one more work in progress that I'm currently working on, and that is my brother's birthday socks. So I have literally just cast these on. I think I casted them on like last Sunday or something, and I have not even finished the cuff yet. Like, I just kind of set them aside, focused on other things. They will be picked back up very soon. It is actually... Okay, other than I'm going to finish that colorwork sock, my second Candy Mountain sock, and then these will be my socks that I'm focusing on. So I had all these fun plans to like knit a pair of Valentine's Day socks or something. That will not be happening. That won't be happening now, which is totally okay. So anyways, here is his sock so far. I am using some new to me yarn. This is Barocco Socks, 75% superwashable, 25% nylon. This is the colorway 1443. Gotta love those numbers. Man, 1443. So, if you're curious, that's the colorway. It's super cool looking. I really like all of the colors. It's got like purple and blue and teal and black and white and orange. Like a minty teal. It's super cool. I think he's gonna love them. It's gonna be super quirky, but I love quirky socks. Yeah. Super fun. So I'm definitely excited to watch these grow and watch all of the colors play together. It's going to be so cool. So yeah, I'm itching to like sit down with a good book and work on these and not have to think about it, but I'm not quite there in other projects, so I'll be focusing on these later. But yeah, they're going great, which is always good. And I have them in this bag, which just makes me laugh because when I'm working on a project for somebody else, I like to choose, you know, little things like stitch marker or progress keeper, yarn, of course, a bag that kind of remind me of that person so that I'm thinking of them as I'm working on the project. And I have them in this bag, which says, "All you knit is love" by Knit Picks, which just makes me laugh so hard that these are for my teenage brother. And this is the bag that I'm using. Does it matter? No, but does it make me laugh? Yes. Yes, indeed it does. Okay, that is it for works in progress today. I do have a few designs that I want to talk about. I have 3 new designs that I'm currently working on. Actually 2 of which are going to be released very soon. And then I have a brand new design that I'm going to be starting very soon. So I'm excited about all of those things. Let's go ahead and talk about them. Okay, so the first design that I'm currently working on is the beanie version of the knobbly socks. So this is a sock pattern that I designed with Needles and Life, and I was a guest designer on her blog. It was a blast. I released it with the pattern itself, but then also an ice cream recipe, which was really fun. But I'm currently working on a beanie version, which I have been itching to do for a while now. And I got this yarn. It is Knit Picks High Desert Bear in a recent Knit Picks box that I got in the mail. And so I am using it to make this beanie, and it is so fun already. It's not super big yet, like you can't really tell, but I have finished the ribbing and started the body. Just barely. I'm like 2 rows into it, so you can't really tell anything yet, but this will be done and released soon. I'm aiming for either a late February or March release. I haven't quite decided yet. This is one of those patterns that can kind of be ready anytime. So like it could be released on Friday or it could be released next week. Like I haven't quite decided yet. But I have had this pattern like in the back of my mind ready for so long, and so now I am just working on the sample and all of the things involved in that. But this will be launching later this month or early March. Stay tuned. I'm actually using some brand new needles for this project that I am absolutely loving. I have an unboxing coming out for them on this Friday, so definitely stay tuned for that video because they are so cool. But yeah, so there's this beanie. It's going great. I love it. And I am very eager to continue working on it for sure. Okay, and then like I mentioned, I have 2 projects that are so close to being released. Like I am putting the finishing touches on the patterns. They will be released very, very soon. I am so excited to share these with you. But they are the fingering and worsted weight versions of the sprinkle socks. They're coming out so soon. I'm so excited. So I have the fingering weight pair right here. They are completely done, completely matching. I'm obsessed. I think they are so cute. So this pattern is designed with self-striping yarn in mind. It has a super simple little color work detail at each color change. So it's really easy, but it kind of keeps you entertained the entire time you are working on these socks. And I'm obsessed. I think it's so fun. It would look good like no matter what size stripe. So if you have narrower stripes than mine or wider, it's going to look good regardless. And then, of course, contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs. So for the finger weight version, I use Knit Pick Stroll in Dove Heather for the heels, toes, and cuffs. And then for the body, I use Knit Picks Felici in Vegas Baby, which I'll never be able to say without chuckling on the inside, I don't think. But they're so fun, and I have both of them now complete. And then for the worsted weight pair, which is going to release just a few days after the fingering weight pair, they look like this. So here is a close-up of the color work again, which I just love the way that it looks. It's so fun to do, so simple. And then for this pair, I used Knit Pick Stroll held double, so to produce that worsted weight for the heels, toes, and cuffs again in the colorway. What is this colorway? I forgot. Asphalt Heather, maybe? I know that's another black that they have. I'm not sure it's the right name for this specific gray, but anyway, it's like a heathered dark charcoal gray. And then Knit Picks Felici worsted in Palm Springs for the body of the sock. So I love the way that it turned out. I'm super excited to release both of these patterns to you guys very soon. It has been so much fun working on these socks and designing them along the way. And I'm really excited to get them out into the world. The last design is something that I have not quite started, but I am working on behind the scenes, just pattern prep wise. And I'm going to be using this yarn, which is Hobie Dahlia Mixo. It is super cool. It is like 3 strands of yarn held together to produce, I believe, a fingering weight. Let's see if it says it on here. Number 2. So a little bit heavier than a fingering. But it's like 3 different strands. Is it 3 or is it? It's 4. 4 different strands. It's so cool. I'm so excited to use this yarn. So I actually did a poll on Instagram this last week for either a cowl or a wrap. Oh no, a cowl or a shawl. And I have actually landed on kind of a mix between the two. So I'm going to be designing kind of like a scarf situation-ish. The idea is that it'll be wide enough so that you could treat it like a shawl and like drape it over your shoulders for that look. Or you could like wrap it around your neck and it'll look like a cowl. So that's my plan. That's my hope. I'm really excited about this design. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And this opportunity just popped up. And then to be able to use this yarn is really exciting, of course. So yeah, that is my plan. Here's another close-up of the yarn because it is so, so cool. I will definitely have this on my hook next week, so I will be able to show you in more depth then. But yeah, it's been really fun to kind of plan and get y'all's input on that design as well. Okay, after all of that, I think that is it for all of the making content for this week. I do have a little devotional and of course a life update that I would love to share with you guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into that. So for devotional this week, I wanted to talk about God's faithfulness. Now, this is obviously such a big topic. We could talk about it for hours and hours and hours, I'm sure. But specifically, I have been reading in Exodus this past week. I am looking through the Bible chronologically over the course of this year, and it has just been so encouraging and educational, and just such a way to get stronger in my relationship with the Lord, which I think is really, really important. And like I said, I am in Exodus now, and an underlying theme in Exodus that is just so prevalent is how faithful God is to his people and how that has not changed. You know, times are different now. We aren't walking for so many years to the promised land, but we are seeking him and trusting in his faithfulness, and we are still his people. So one of the specific verses that jumped out to me, it says, it's in Exodus 14, verse 13. It says, "Do not be afraid, stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today." And then skipping a line, it says, "The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still." And I just think those are two super powerful verses in just one little chapter. God's faithfulness, I have been reminded continuously of it this week, and just when you think about past experiences that you have had in your own life and that I have had in mine personally, you can't help but just be uplifted and encouraged, because no matter what you might be going through, he is still so faithful and so good. And when you truly take a step back to think about everything that he has done in the past, it just gives you the confidence that you need to move forward and to continue to trust in him, and to remember that we will always face trials, and we will always have hard things that we're going through, but he will always remain faithful and good through it all, and he will bring us through it, and we'll be better because of it, because all things work together for his good. And I just wanted to encourage you with that today. I think, you know, we can just be, if we aren't careful, we can just become so negative and just have eyes that see, you know, the hurt that is happening. And while it's important to not negate that hurt and to realize that it's there and to understand that it's there, it's also important to see how much good is in the world too, and how much good God is continually doing, and how faithful he is to us, no matter how many times we mess up, and no matter how much we don't deserve it. He is so faithful and so good. So I encourage you to read through Exodus and just kind of remind yourself of it if you maybe haven't read it in a while, because even though it can be a big book to go through, it can be, you know, a little bit repetitive sometimes, but it is so good, and there is purpose in every single word of this book. And so I definitely encourage you to read through that. I have been so uplifted going through it, which is crazy, and I think it kind of shows how I've grown in my relationship with him, being encouraged by these books that I was, you know, years ago challenged by or just curious about. It's cool to go through them with a more mature heart and personality, I guess, and to understand it all a little bit better. But anyways, in terms of a life update, it has been a pretty crazy week per usual, just school and work and all of the business stuff. It has been a lot to balance this week. I'm working on a few too many things right now, I have come to realize, but that's okay. We are getting through them, and they are getting done. They're all good things. And just, you know, every single piece of it takes time, and time is something that is hard to come by. But anyways, it has been a good week nonetheless. And I hope that it has been a good week for each of y'all. I don't really think there's anything like huge stuff. Oh, our cat. So I mentioned a couple weeks ago, or maybe last week, that she had a skin infection that ended up bursting, and she got stitched. It's like this whole big long thing. Long story short, she is almost done having that crazy little cone, and I am so glad. It has been a journey experiencing a cat or just any pet in a cone. But she is hysterical through it. I mean, she still runs into everything, even though she's had it for over 2 weeks now. Anyway, it's hilarious, but she is getting the final stitches out soon, and then she won't have to have that anymore, which is really good. So we are so happy that she is doing better and recovering well. aside from that, there isn't really a ton going on. Just school. It's just, we're in spring semester, and it's kind of just at a steady pace until May, until finals, really. It'll be pretty constant, but I'm getting the hang of all of my classes. I have them all online again, which means that I am able to get ahead in a lot of them, which is really good and really good for me. Just, having this business and job outside of school, it's really awesome to be able to be flexible in those things, and to be flexible in, like, when I do schoolwork and just how I do it, and to just better use that time. It's been a really good learning experience for me, I think. So even though college has definitely not looked how I thought it would, or how I hoped it might have, it's been a really good experience. And I think that there is beauty in both realizing that and then continuing to be confident to learn through it. So anyways, I hope that you have all had an amazing week. I hope that you continue to have a good week. I hope that you are working on so many fun things. I would love to hear about them. So definitely comment down below what you are currently working on, or send me an email. My email address and all my other social media info is down in the description box. So be sure to check that out and communicate however way you see fit. Email is definitely preferred, but of course you can reach out to me on any platform, and I will do my best to get back to you. Like I said, I hope that you are having an amazing week, and until next time, happy making. Bye.